4 minutes or less recipes, Alex and Felix. I'm Felix.
Alex right here.
So today is G in our 26-part Around the World series, G for Greece, and we're going to make baklava. Yeah, why aren't you a fan of this?
Because it's, well, I used to work in this grocery store, and they sold this there, and no one ever bought it, and it just stayed on the shelf, and it just looked so gross, and no one bought it because it looked gross, and that's my only experience with it, and I think it's gross. There, I came out and said it. I'm not going to cooperate.
Well, I think it's good.
Well,
that's okay.
We'll see.
Okay, so we took some cinnamon there. We got the real cinnamon.
Oh yeah, I saw the sticks.
Ground that up. Ground up some allspice berries. Now we're going to put the nuts in. So we used a mix of pistachios, walnuts, and almonds.
Nice.
The pistachios and walnuts are pretty authentic to that whole region. Almonds are from the Americas, actually, so they didn't even exist over there till we came over to North America. So.
Oh, well.
But we had to use up the almonds. So what are you gonna do?
That's politics for you.
Yeah. So we put in all of the nuts. We put in a bunch of sugar. Then we put in the cinnamon and the allspice we ground up, and we're gonna pulse this a few times in our food processor, so we get sort of a mealy mixture like that.
Like sand. It felt.
Yeah, pretty sand. It's like dry sand.
Oh, that's
like very like big dry sand.
That's okay.
So this is the phyllo dough. Phyllo dough is very difficult to work with. I'll write a little description and down below the best way to thaw this out. It's actually in the microwave, believe it or not. But we're gonna put our I'm serious. So we're gonna put our pan down and we're gonna trim that phyllo dough so it's the same shape as our pan.
What happened there?
Well, phyllo dough is notoriously hard to work with, and believe it or not, it doesn't actually. Yeah, no, it's actually very difficult. Yeah. Believe it or not, it actually doesn't matter if you get it in pieces like that. Don't worry about it, everyone. Once you have all the butter and everything cooks and all the syrup later, it's not going to matter. Plus, when you put a bunch of sheets on, hides all your mistakes.
Okay, so we've got one goof right now.
Yeah, so we're at one right now. So my pack had 28 sheets. I didn't want to use 2 packs. So I'm going to put 8 layers down to start with.
Okay.
I think that's what I did. I'm going to say it was 8. It might have been 7. Read the description below. So we're going to put a whole bunch of layers, and we're going to, after every layer, we're going to put a whole bunch of our melted butter and paint the whole sheet. Once we do our bottom few layers, we're going to put a third of our nut mixture on, the tri-pour, if you will.
Nice.
And then you see me sprinkling with my hands there. That's water with some orange extract infused, just because I didn't have a spray bottle.
Okay.
And Amelia refused to let me use a Windex bottle there instead.
Probably smart.
Yeah. So once we put that 1/3 of the nut mixture, we're going to paint. We'll put another 3 or 4 or 5 sheets of phyllo dough on top.
Oh, wow,
butter in between each one. It is a lot of dough.
It's a lot of dough and butter. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it is a lot of dough and butter. Anyways, once we're going to do that, stack it 3 times. The top layer uses your remaining phyllo dough. We're going to put that in the oven for half an hour, take it out, and then we're going to cut it into our squares or triangles or
Diamonds.
trapezoids, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I guess.
No, trapezoid's 5. Anyway, whatever shape you want. We're going to cut it into squares and put it in the oven to bake for the remaining half an hour.
It looks really good so far. It's great.
Thanks. Anyways, so we have to make the syrup now while that's cooling. So this is water, sugar, and honey.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to bring this to a boil, make sure you stay with it. You wouldn't want it boiling over. Man, what kind of moron lets this syrup boil over onto their oven and ruin it? Man.
So that's a second goof.
Yeah, no, it's you know what, my oven's still kind of messed up. It's slowly getting better, but I also put some cinnamon in there, and I put a couple drops of that orange extract I used.
Okay.
So
is it orange? Is the orange traditional?
I don't know, but I like it. Anyways, we're gonna let that syrup cool down a little bit, and then we're gonna pour all that syrup into the baklava. Now it's going to look like it's too much syrup, but it's not. We're going to recut this out, and then you're going to let that sit overnight, and all the syrup's going to absorb.
So it wasn't
into
too soggy?
No, it was good.
Why is part of it missing?
Yeah, I had a little snack when I got home that
3
night.
goofs.
3 goofs, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week for H.
All right.